Welcome. This is the Ancestral Medicine Women, otherwise known as the Mothers. And we had not so much a question, but a desire, shall we say, from one of our dear people that read and follow messages that we place on the Facebook. And it was that they have the feeling that they have this energy of the wise woman in them, and they want to be a wise woman. They did not describe what they meant by being a wise woman, but what we can say to anybody who wants to develop their natural abilities, whether that's in the healing arts, whether that's in the seeing arts, whatever, wherever you fall into that, the best advice or teaching that we can give you is to know yourself. And by that, we mean not just to know what kind of person you are, not just to know, how you deal with situations, but to really know yourself. Because it's not until you know yourself and how you will react to anything that is said to you, how you will understand things that are said to you or that you see, can you really respond to somebody in a very neutral fashion or in a fashion that serves them and speaks to them. Now, there are many ways to do this. You ask questions. Why did I feel that emotion? What was behind that emotion? Why did I react that way when I had that emotion? Why did I react to that person when they said that, but I didn't react to that person when they said the same thing? So there are all of this. It's a constant questioning of the self to really, really understand the self. But to do it like that is very much an isolated journey. You're doing it by yourself. You're doing it with not a lot of feedback. So there are many, many tools that are easily accessible to people. One of those tools is your totem. Now, in our tradition, we find our totem. We do not wait for someone to give it to us. We do not do a questionnaire on the internet and then we are given some animal. We actually set out on a path of journeying to find the totem that is us. And we do that through a process of journeying. If you do not want to go down that path, then it's a matter of really communing with yourself and communing with your environment to find your totem. Once you find your totem, then you have this wonderful, exhilarating journey of looking at the totem and seeing the similarities, looking at the totem and seeing how it survives or reacts in the environment, and seeing that you have similarities. Oh, I am a rose, and the rose has thorns. And sometimes people experience that I am thorny, that I say things to them that are sharp. I don't necessarily mean it to be like that. Sometimes I do, but it's because I'm a rose. But on the other side of that, I'm a fragrant rose. So there is this beautiful softness and gentleness about me as well. And that's what people find confusing, because one minute they see me as the fragrant flower, soft, gentle, beautiful, and the next minute they experience my thorns. And so there you have confusion. So that's a very small and brief example of how you can identify yourself within your totem and identify your actions and people's reactions to you through finding your totem. Once you found your totem and you delve into all of these aspects of the actual totem and then look at yourself in the same light, you start to relax aspects of yourself. So for example, let's go back to the rose. You see that you have thorns because the rose has thorns. And this upsets you when people don't understand that your intentions were good, but they have taken it as if it is a thorn. You start to see, oh, that's part of who I am. And that relaxes you to the point where that doesn't really become an issue anymore. Yes, you have thorns, and sometimes you will employ them deliberately, but you won't find the same reaction from people that you have in the past, because you see that as part of who you are. You don't feel bad about it. You see it as part of who you are. So knowing your totem, knowing the good and the negative points perhaps, or the difficult points, knowing all of that, and then knowing that about yourself really serves to help you to know yourself. And in that way, you often look at people and go, oh, they look like a fox. Not physically, obviously, but so, and you might see, oh, their totem may be a fox. How does a fox work? And so you start to look at people, you start to see them in a different light, and you start to engage with them at their level. Not trying to bring them to your level, but engaging with them at their level. And that is another strong quality of a wise person, or a healer, somebody that sees, whatever. You engage with that person at their level, at their point in language that they understand. Another helpful tool are things like cards or runes. And there are many different versions of cards, tarot cards, angel cards, many different versions. And as well with runes, there are different versions of runes. And it's important that you find, whatever you decide to use, something that really resonates with you, that you feel the same vibration, that you feel comfortable. So as soon as you look at it, you can start to decipher it. Yes, you will have an explanation in the book or what have you that you get with it, but you understand it. That's when you know that these runes, these cards are the ones for you. If you have to really look at the explanation and try to make it fit, these are not for you. Find the ones that when you look at it, you see, ah, right, that's it, and you understand it. So then there is also journeying, meditation. These kinds of activities are very good tools for self-reflection, but not just self-reflection, but looking at situations in your environment, around you, in your community, and really digging deep, drilling down into those situations through the meditation or through the journeying, and then move through those things, following. This is another very good tool. So there are three really strong tools that you can employ that are not difficult to find, to get your hands on, but will really help you understand yourself, see yourself in a light that is true, authentic, and understandable. I hope this has been helpful, and we send many blessings to all the wise people out there that are in the healing arts, the seeing arts, that are on a journey for depth and love, caring, community. We send many blessings to all of you. Thank you so much for listening.